Hi guys, good morning. So sorry about yesterday. I think now I'll be doing on Saturdays because I've got work and we have to make this money. Anyway, it is freezing this morning and raining and windy. So I was just like, let me just do it this morning because I'm ready to sleep till 6 this evening. Anyway, I missed you guys. I'm not sure if you guys missed me, but I know some people did because I know I got messages. So, well, today, I don't even know what I'm going to call the topic today, but I just hope y'all get one or two things from what I'm saying. And it's more about, loving yourself and accepting who you are. Before I continue, please, this is not a license for you to be rude, mean, insensitive, and not respectful or respecting other people's feelings, and then maybe when you're asked maybe by your friend or your colleague or your partner, you go like, that's how I am. Please, this is a disclaimer. That is not what I'm out here to do. I'm saying, like, there are the natural ingredients God has made you with. You came into this world different. Yes, a bit of similarity with human beings because our personality, the way we are formed by, genetics from our parents and ancestors and environment, experience, how we grew up, the social environment or culture we grew up around. So obviously there will be some similarities, but I'm saying like there is that thing, there's that special, you know, thing about you that makes you you. And the thing about it is if we go on changing who we are or trying to change who we are because we're trying to suit society's type of belief or a social constraint that this is how you're supposed to be, or you're trying to, you know, looking for the word, you're trying to, more like you're trying to be how you think people want you to be. So, about perception, you perceive yourself in a certain way and you want to change because you feel like, oh no, if I am like this, maybe this person wouldn't like me or this person would appreciate me. Let me be this certain way. The disadvantage in that is you start to lose your originality. And before you know it, you don't even know who you are. And that taste about you, that savour, that originality is no longer there. And you get to a point in your life where you don't even know who you are. And people are describing you to be something, and you're like, I'm not even that person. Do you understand? So, and it is very, very important because the thing about peer pressure, the peer pressure influence isn't in your face, it's a spirit. It hoves around, it is very unconscious, it's in the air, and you won't know when you start to adjust to it. So it has to be a conscious effort, regardless. I'm gonna use an example like pastry, cake. There are different types of cake, and the way you make a cake, the way you make chin chin, the way you make pie, the way you make sausage rolls and stuff. They're all different type of batter, and their consistency is different. But there are some pastries that are the same consistency or batter, but it doesn't come out the same way. So regardless of the similarities you have with people, it doesn't still make you them. Chin chin will always be chin chin. Donut will always be donuts. Cake will always be cake. And there are different ways of achieving different types. So now for banana bread and I think pancakes, they have the same consistency, but they come out different because pancakes are fried, banana breads are baked. And obviously there is banana in one of them. But you can have banana pancakes if you want. So now imagine if cake feels like, I don't really like nutmeg. Oh, I don't really like baking powder. I don't really like butter. I don't really like sugar. I think I want to be like the chin chin, and then the cake removes some ingredients that they think this person, that person, this other person doesn't like. But they like chin chin. Let me be like chin chin. I'm guessing that cake is gonna come out horrible. There are people that will still eat it, but we all know they are cultists, so let's not get into that. But at the end of the day, the cake is no longer a cake. It might call itself a cake. It's just like when you bake something and it's off. You're like, oh, that's chin chin. People see them like, that is not chin chin. But you're like, oh, it's chin chin. It is not chin chin. So along the line, trying to change yourself, you lose basic ingredients that makes you you, and makes you the original you. And before you know it, you don't even know where you stand. As usual, I like to use myself as a case study. So when I was younger, I mean like uni or secondary school, you know, somehow I started to feel like people perceived me in a certain way. Um, they saw me as this, what's the word? Beautiful, shapy, nice girl. And I used to be really quiet. And because of that, I tried to fit into that picture that I felt, especially the boys when we got mixed up, I felt they were looking for. And by the time I was leaving secondary school, I was like a really horrible person because trying to fit into that makes you drop your original self. I dropped so many awesome things about me just to fit into that picture. And that thing was when I started dating people back in the day, I always felt like guys liked dumb girls. I don't really know where that came from, but I just always felt that way. Like guys like dumb girls. They don't really like girls that are so smart and so intelligent. So I made myself less intelligent just so I could be cool, especially around the guys. And I felt like they like when you ask questions like, I don't really know what an airplane is. What is an airplane? Obviously, that's not because we all know what an airplane is. It's just a basic example. But as I grew older, I realized that guys actually liked intelligent girls, as in real guys like intelligent girls. And that switch was very difficult for me because a conversation is going on with a group of guys. Maybe my partner could be there and his friends, and they're saying something that I know, like at the tip of my hands, I know. But I can't contribute because I've already made myself seem like I'm not that type of person. I don't really know anything. And as time went on, I positioned myself to be like that. And before I knew it, I didn't even know who I was again, especially when I'm in a relationship. And it made me to be a certain type of way that I felt was cute, womanly, and girly. But that was a whole lot of BS. And now that I am myself, I show my intelligence. I speak about topics that I know about. I meet people that are like, how do you know something about everything? And I'm like, because I'm observant, I read, I try to just educate myself generally. And when I hear things that interest me, I go further to research about it. Like, oh my God, you're so intelligent. And I started to get that comment often, as opposed to when I thought being a bimbo was cute. So yours might be different, but forget about being perceived in a particular way. Yes, obviously, be sensitive, be loving, be respectful. When you hurt people, learn to say sorry. Be cordial, be courteous, but be you. Do not change you. There is something about you that makes you you. I'm gonna close by talking about my last class on Thursday. So, at class we're talking about personalities, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. And there was this personality, I think agreeable, being an agreeable person. It means when you form really good relationships with people. And the lecturer said something which over the years with different experiments and theories has been proven. He said people that have the agreeable character, when everybody loves you, you keep good relationships, you don't you're very cautious, and people are just like, that person is a good person, that person is a good team player but not a good leader. And that really opened my eyes. A lot of people might not be agreeable, in that context, and they might be feeling bad, like, I want to be like people that everyone loves. And but maybe God has created you to be a leader, because if you have that in you, a good team player means you're in a team, you can be able to connect people and be like, oh, this is okay, you mean this is what you mean? Okay. Maybe we can consider that. Um, what do you think, Cheryl? What do you actually think? That's an agreeable person, a good team player. But a leader shouldn't be like that. A leader should be stern and be able to listen, but be able to be objective as well. Agreeable people are not really objective. So imagine you leaving your place as a leader to be a team player just because you want to be perceived as being good and awesome in keeping relationships. And there is a reason why God made us different. Because imagine if everyone is a team player and no one is a leader. So that special ingredient about you brings savour, awesomeness, uniqueness to whatever you're bringing to the table. It might not seem beautiful in some situations, but it is awesome and perfect in this situation and in the purpose God has created you to be or to do. So love you, accept you, and work on you, but don't change you. You're awesome. Bye. Thank you guys for listening.